Good morning all, welcome back to Sew Granny Sew and also day 3 of our Valentine's Day blocks. So today's block is going to be an O for a hug, very simple block. We need a total of 24 of the background fabric at 2.5 inch square and 12 of whatever color you're using for your O at 2.5 inch squares. So we're going to go ahead and lay this out. I do have a little twist with this one. If you want to use one way or the other, either way is fine. So we are just going to lay these out just like we did the others with 6 across, 6 down. That is your option A of how to do it. Very plain, very simple, really beginner friendly in this way. However, if you want to make your corner of your O's do that, you certainly can. So it would be like that on all the corners. And that works just as well too. In order to get that, I'm going to go ahead and show you. You'd make 4 half square triangles, which would increase the number of blocks you needed from 24 of the background to 28. And these, the count of the red fabric, that would not change any. You'd still need the same amount. So all you're going to do is you got your 2.5 inch squares. You're going to flip your white one or your background, whatever you're using, over onto the back. You're going to take this and draw that diagonal line. You're going to lay it on top of your red one. Line it up. And you're just going to pin on both sides of the line. Far enough away that your sewing machine foot can get through there. And then you're just going to sew right down that center line there. When you come back, you're going to cut it off at 1/4 inch. And then we will have this. And then you're just going to press it open towards the darker color. And that is all you're going to do to switch out them corners. So you'll need 4 of them total. So at that point, all we're going to do is put these blocks together once again. Row 1 on top of row 2. Row 3 on top of row 4. And row 5 on top of row 6. You always want to make sure you're flipping in the same direction for the simple fact that when you go to put your pins in, you know all your pins need to be on this side of your roll. So we'll go ahead and put pins in all these. Okay, when you seen I was just throwing the pins in anywhere, when I get to the sewing machine, I go ahead and I line up my edges here before I feed that through. I don't mess with it so much at the table as I do at the sewing machine. So then I just take them from the top to the bottom and stack them up. That way when we get to the sewing machine, as we sew these together, all of our rows stay together. So we will take them to the sewing machine and we will just feed them through one after another with a 1/4 inch seam along that edge. So I'll go ahead and get them sewn together, come back, iron them open, and I will meet you back here. So we have all of our pieces together in sets of 3 across each row. So all we're going to do now is we're going to flip that row onto that row. And we will pin those into place. We will bring these to the sewing machine, put a 1/4 inch seam along there, come back, iron that open, and then we're just going to attach that side to it as well. So we're going to do that all the way down for both sides of the block. So I'll go ahead and I'll get the rows all assembled together, get them ironed flat, and I will meet you back here. We have all of our rows assembled, and we did, once again, I ironed in different directions each time. So that one goes to the right, that to the left, right, left, so forth down the block. So we're just going to flip that row onto this row. We're going to nest in those seams. If you're unsure about nesting, go ahead and check out video 2 of this series, where I do go into greater detail of how to make sure that you're nested and what it should feel like. And then we'll do this side as well. And we'll also do that to this one. And I like to put a pin in there even when I'm showing you to make sure I know which side I'm sewing. And then this one to this one. Once we have all of our seams pinned into place, we'll go ahead and bring it to the sewing machine and take a 1/4 inch seam all the way along that, iron that open, and then we'll start connecting the two pieces to the center piece in the same fashion. So I'll get that done and I will meet you back here. Our block is all finished. As you can see, we are going to go ahead and trim that up as well to the 12.5 inch that we've been doing to each of the blocks. So I'm just once again lining up my diagonal line with these corners on the square. Once it looks good, then we'll go ahead and we will cut that down. So we have our block all trimmed down now. And there's the heart and the X. So before I let you go today, I wanted to show you something. We are doing these blocks are 12.5, so sewn together they'll be 12-inch blocks. So 4 across would make 48, so we're going to add in some sashing as well as borders with that. So I kind of drew it out a little bit. Obviously, we don't have no orange or yellow in it. That just replicates another kind of pink or red. The yellow is replicating the white. We'll need a total of 4 hearts, as you can see, and a total of 2 X's and a total of 3 of the O's. I'm going to make my O a little bit different with them half square triangle corners that we talked about in the corners there. You can make yours however you'd like. This is very simple. So if you're just starting out, maybe that one be easier. However, we made the hearts with a half square triangle, so you should be good if you want to give it a chance. And then we just have 7 more blocks to go after those ones. We are going to put a sashing both up and down and across, and then a smaller border around it, and then a larger border around that. But I wanted to take a minute and show you when I am drawing out my quilt square, my pattern for my quilt, to do a letter such as the ones we're doing, all I do is I see this is the outside row where we have the white on all the outside. So we have 4 by 4 to work with. So an A, we would just go up and across like that to get our outside area of that A. However, we want the strip that goes in the center there to be the same size. So we're going to go, either you can go there or you can do a half and half one. It's totally up to you. I would probably just go 1 row through the center. Let me color that in for you so it pops out at you. But don't be afraid, you guys, to give this a try because it really is super easy to make these letters. And I utilize them quite a bit. So then we just color in where it's going to be white at, in the middle. And then, of course, our A is right in here. So that would be our A. So my drawings aren't the best, but I know what they are. I know what each color represents. I know what the shape represents. So I know exactly what to do. There's a total of 36 squares in each of these. You can also go up and down in size with your squares as well. So, but these are super easy. So give them a try because you can knock out quite a bit with that alone. So I will bring the blocks back for you and give you one more look at those, how far we've gotten. Like I said, over the weekend, you'll need to make at least 1 more of those, another one of those, and 3 more of the hearts. If you're following along and making the quilt. Also, another thing I do is in the description below, I go through and I pick out like 5-6 items from Amazon that would either be really useful or some fun fabrics that's available on Amazon that would work good for a project we're working on. I haven't opened up the Bee Dots by Lori Holt yet because I do have a project for this, but I got that off of Amazon as well. Got a lot of cute fabrics in. I'm sure you could pull some of those out for them. But yeah, if you look at any of those, they are affiliate links. I do make a few pennies off of each piece you order, but it does help support the channel. It helps with keeping the fabric in stock and so forth and getting things in that I can recommend to you. And I so appreciate that. As always, guys, if you found this video useful, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. It really helps our channel grow. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because we'd love to have you here at So Granny So. Thanks all. Have a good day. Bye.